Hey, how you doing? Well, an evidence board, and this there we go. So that's from an incident that took place. There was an arrest done in Vista, California, between a man and a woman. A woman called the police on this issue, let the police know that her boyfriend had been shot, and the ambulance and police subsequently arrived. There was large quantities of cash, and there was substances that were not legal. They were out in the open. So both people were arrested and charged. And there is a DOJ report that that supports this. So this here is what Napa County, to include District Attorney Allison Haley, her direct report, Deputy District Attorney Lauren Noga, a judge named Mark Bosnecker, another judge named Robert Stamps. Robert Stamps, in May 5th, 2023, undid a crime that these two people committed in another county in California. It's bizarre. The case number for that is 23FL000118. Right? That judge utilized his judicial powers to undo a crime committed by these folks. This is from the San Diego Sheriff's Department requesting the money that was seized from this, alleging that that was their money. Let's see, Garter privacy and abide by. So this is all public information. Just want you to know, YouTube, this is all before the Court of Appeals. Case number A170478. Case number 22FL000257. And so, in the county of Napa, there's an FBI investigation being conducted. It's a DOJ investigation. FBI is investigating it. Relative to my former county district forest supervisor in Napa, he's no longer the county supervisor. Amber Manfrey stepped in, and we're hoping. I'm confident she's going to do a much better job, and she has the relative acumen necessary to lead. She has a PhD. She cares about the land that she stands on and the sustainability of Napa. So what you're looking at here, folks, this is Napa County requesting a restraining order on behalf of Christine Briseño. Christine Briseño and Becky Craig, that's the CEO of Napa. These are the emails that I have. So the day that I said that I was going to ask, I was asking for who the agent for process is for the county, expressing my intent to press forward with legal action and at a federal level. Within like 24 to 48 hours, they filed for this as a means to try to shut it up. There's the case number 24CV001302. This was done with the help of Cheryl Bratton. I think Cheryl Bratton is the one that the DOJ, the FBI, ordered to be present in San Francisco before the grand jury to provide testimony and evidence into their investigation. There was a wiretap. There was the FBI came to the home of one of the targets of the investigation. Somebody else has said to have taken their life as the FBI or the law enforcement closed in on them. You can see this is relative to quite a bit. So let me see. A parent, oh gosh. I'm going to start doing videos and reading this to y'all. I asked for an investigation into Alexis Vossmeyer and Veronica Piper Jefferson. The meat and potatoes of that would be that they are mandated reporters, and the state expressed in writing that they should have rolled it over to another county immediately. So if you have ever volunteered or um, conducted business on behalf of law enforcement, you're not supposed to be forced out into a court hearing or placed in harm's way by people like the district attorney's office and like Laura Noga, who is a direct report. And you can hear in the audio and some of the videos on other platforms that she pretends that she doesn't know what I'm talking about. But that's easily disproven. So Laura Noga is committing Brady violations, as is Allison Haley, the district attorney. So Allison Haley, please, since you guys want to since you guys want the bad guys to know what I did, why don't you guys feel comfortable telling the people of America what you guys have done and why you guys are so adamantly trying to hide the fact that for years, one of your investigators is actually this person right here who was taken into custody for discharging commerce on behalf of the cartel and the mafia. Why don't you explain that to the people of Napa, to the people of the state of California, to the people of the United States, and then explain to them why you guys are abusing restraining order processes with the help of Robert Stamps and Joseph Solga to try to hide all of this. Your guys' action is you're violating federal regulations, and your actions is not only corrupt, but it's criminal. This is but a fraction of the evidence that exists. This is what it's taken. And this is why Napa County is doing everything and anything they can, to include putting a victim of violent crime in the crosshairs of danger. See how you can see that number right there? You see what that is? It's page 442. That means this is public information as part of the clerk's file. So much evidence to show that none other than Allison Haley, who goes on to platforms and does interviews, media interviews. They should have a media interview of people chasing her around with a microphone and asking her, are you guys willfully, intentionally seeking to place somebody in harm who protected the United States and placed themselves in harm's way on the border to keep things from happening, from coming into America, and holding those accountable who would compromise the integrity of our international border, making that national security, to hide the fact that one of your associates, while he was on the one side of the coin, was on the other side of that coin, abusing restraining order processes. This individual would have been responsible for catching that. But instead they didn't. They didn't do their job. So this is how they respond to that, is abuse this process. So think about if you were me and you did all this stuff for the United States. You didn't have a child, but then you have a child, and somebody like Allison Haley right now is trying to undo the protection measure to keep my son out of the area of operations. This individual is trying to take my son down into that area of operations. This person has consistently committed fraud and perjury, and the county of Napa didn't catch it, specifically this individual, and to hide it, they've put forward perjury and fraud, and I can prove it, got the receipts. But it's important for the FBI to hold Allison Haley and the rest of these people accountable. There's federal regulations in place for a reason. And the reason why those regulations are in place is so that people will stand firm on business with the United States when it comes to it, so that they would have the courage to do so. And Allison Haley has betrayed that. The United States border that's the doorway to our country. It's so important. Napa County, well, they depend on that so they can exploit the people coming in and the things that come in. But somebody that stood on business at the border, that makes it national security. And so it falls under that federal regulation that they're violating in this court with the help of Mark Bosnecker, Robert Stamps, Joseph Solga. And we have the evidence to show that Joseph Solga has committed fraud on the court. He's instructed a clerk to commit fraud on the court. That this guy, Gregory Carl Winter, was demanding the names of people relative to operations for the Drug Enforcement Administration. Who in the heck does he think he is, and why would he think it's okay for him to demand that information? He did so in the presence of Honorable Victoria Wood. the day that she put the order in place to protect my son. And right now, Mark Bosnecker, Lauren Noga, Allison Haley, all these other people are trying to erase that protection measure. So you damn Skippy, I'm going to tell the whole narrative. So Allison Haley, hey, if you're so confident that you want all the gangsters to know, why don't you feel confident to let the people know, the voters know, the people that donate to your nonprofit, that you guys are willing to put the life in danger of somebody who volunteered to put their life in danger because other people were victimized on an international border that protects the United States, and to work hand in hand with the people that are protecting our country, that you want to throw that person under the bus to hide the inequities of none other than this individual right here. You guys are lying. You're committing Brady violations, and you need to be held accountable. So tomorrow there's a new administration coming in. It's a new platform. It's a new day. If you're here, maybe you transitioned over from TikTok or from somewhere else. But keep paying attention. If you want to check me out, go live tomorrow. We'll be walking around letting everybody know. I told them from the outset that if I have to go all the way to Washington, D.C., go to the White House, go wherever, DOJ, I shall do that. And I shall echo all the way across the country. Everybody should look to Napa, to none other than the Napa County Court Administration, Alfredo Laranaga, and all these other people that think it's okay to play games with my son's safety, to lie, commit perjury, fraud on the court, to abuse the process to try to cover up their inequity. So let everybody know. You guys want the gangsters to know? Make sure you tell America what you guys are furnishing to them gangsters. That means you are nothing more than an extension of organized crime. Take off them badges, take off them robes. So if you're in the 10 items or less aisle, if you're at the hardware store, Home Depot, wherever, let them know, hey, there's some people out there in Napa County. They're disgracing oaths and mandates and honor and privilege, the voice of the people, and they're alleging that they're doing this on behalf of the people. So the people of America, they keep saying we need to do this and I would do that. Well, I'm somebody who did that. And Allison Haley and her team, they're weaponizing that against me. They want to feed me to whomever. So make sure you guys do it while everybody's watching. Allison and Lauren and Mark and old Robbie, old Robber Stamps, and good old Joey Soga. You guys are corrupt, and everybody shall know your name.